Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's currently Saturday, so I thought I would start a weekend reading vlog. I read a couple romance books back to back, so I really feel like I'm in the mood for something dark and scary. I don't know specifically if this is a horror, but it's definitely a dark book, and that is Prosper's Dream by KJ Parker. This is a Tor.com novella, which I tend to really love those. And it follows this guy who exorcises demons. I've heard that it's really dark and also kind of funny, and I think that the main character is like an unlikable person. He's kind of a villain almost, I don't know. But it sounds really great and it is pretty short. Okay, so I've only read 50 pages of Prosper's Demon, but I'm really enjoying it so far. Basically, the main character, he is a priest who exorcises demons, but he also has a demon inside of him. So yeah, it's really interesting, but that's all I got done because I started watching Anne with an E, which is the Netflix adaptation of Anne of Green Gables, and I'm really loving it. I told myself I would just watch one episode, and now I'm on episode 4, and I've cried every episode. So that's fun. I never had any motivation to watch this show, but I feel like every single day I see somebody tweeting about it or talking about it, and like the people who watch this show have so much passion for it. It made me want to know why everyone loves it so much, and I already get it because it's amazing and I love it. Will I read any more tonight? I don't know. I think I'm gonna finish this episode of Anne with an E that I'm watching. I'm just watching it right now on my computer. And then once I finish this episode, I think I'm going to read the last 50 pages of this and then hopefully go to bed because I am so tired. Okay, so I finished Prosper's Demon, and this was a very strange book. I don't 100% know how I feel about it. I don't even know if I explained it well when I was giving a synopsis before. This follows this guy who has the ability to exorcise demons, and it takes place in this fantasy world, but it's one of those novellas that like throws you into a story and a world, and you're not given much information or explanation. It's just like, here's where you are, you don't know how or why, but this is what's happening. And I personally really like novellas like that. I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people want more explanation. I don't really need that. But yeah, so we're in this world, he can exorcise demons, and he finds out that one of the most intelligent, prominent person in this society who is like inventing things and doing really great things for the world, and who is going to raise the philosopher king, he finds out that that person is possessed by a demon. And so he kind of has this moral dilemma, because when you exorcise a demon from a person, it's very painful for both the demon and the person. And sometimes it causes like very big injuries to the person and even death if it's really hard to get the demon out. So he has a moral dilemma of, do I remove this demon and potentially kill this very important person to the world? Or do I just let this, like the most important person in the world, carry on being possessed by a demon, who the demon might have some sort of ulterior motive and like some sort of sinister plan? And he's definitely like not the most upstanding moral person. Like many times he says he doesn't really care what happens to the humans who he exorcises. He just kind of wants to mess with the demons. He really doesn't have remorse or a lot of guilt. And yeah, there's not a lot of plot in this. It's really character focused and just following this guy, but I really enjoyed it. It worked for me. I think I'm giving it 4 stars because it took a little bit too long for me to understand what was happening, and it's only 100 pages, so the fact that it took me like 30-40 pages to really understand what was happening was a lot. I feel like this is one of those that I'll like better on a reread, but for now it's 4 stars. I did really enjoy it though, and the ending was definitely worth it. So I just stopped at Half Price Books and I found 2 romance books that I've been really wanting to read because I've heard both good things and terrible things about both of these books. So the first one is Rhapsodic, I think that's how you say this, by Laura Thalassa. This is a romance between a siren and a fae, and I believe they like have some sort of bargain. I've heard both good and bad things, so been wanting to read that. And then the other one I got is American Queen by Sierra Simone. This one is a polyamorous, I think, romance between a woman and the president and the vice president. So that sounds very interesting, and it's by Sierra Simone, who's like one of my favorite authors. But Lainey told me that this is the worst romance book she's ever read. So you know, that just means I had to read it. I got both of these. I also had a 20% off coupon, so I got them for a pretty good deal. So the clips that you just saw in the beginning of this video were from a couple weeks ago. I have been in a really bad reading slump and I haven't read anything since then. I've tried to read some stuff and none of it was working out for me. I DNF'd a couple things, but it is now March 1st. So I am going to start my March TBR. I posted a picture of my TBR on Twitter and asked you guys to pick which one you wanted me to start with. So let's check in on that. So you guys chose Lovely War by Julie Berry. This takes place, hi, oh my God, you guys have to see this, he's so cute right now. Hello. He's just the cutest. You're the cutest. So this takes place during World Wars I and II, and it is narrated by Aphrodite as she is like telling these different love stories, trying to prove that love exists. I think it sounds really cool and unique. When I posted my March TBR video, this was the book that so many people were commenting on and saying that it's like their favorite book ever. So I'm very excited for it. How do I ever get anything done with this guy here? You're just so cute. You're too cute. It is not allowed. I think I'm just gonna spend today reading this and having like a chill, relaxing day. So update, I read a total of 15 pages and then I realized I was hungry, so I decided to take a quick little lunch break, and then lunch made me tired, so I took a quick little 4-hour nap, and now it is well into the evening and I've wasted all of today. Back to reading. I basically only read the introduction because where I stopped is Act 1. So I'm so annoyed at myself. I pretty much wasted all day today. Okay, I'm about 150 pages into Lovely War and I am really liking it, but something happened that I'm just like, I'm never gonna stop talking about it. Hades came in to the picture and basically he said that when he is on Earth and like among mortals, he disguises himself as a priest. Is Julie Berry trying to kill me? I'm just like trying to control myself because this is a young adult book. But all of the books I've read with Hades in them were smutty romances. So I just associate Hades with smut, okay? I'm trying to control myself. But anyways, today I'm running a lot of errands, but I brought my wireless headphones so that I can listen to the audiobook while I'm shopping. The audiobook, by the way, is really, really good. It has a full cast and like music. And one of my favorite narrators, Steve West, I think he does the voice of Hades. I can't figure out 100% because there's 3 different male narrators. I'm pretty sure he does Hades. So that's cool. Yeah, I'm going into Target. I have a bunch of home decor stuff I want to get because I am finally doing the like renovation projects I've wanted to do around my apartment because I just re-signed my lease for another year. So I figured it's time I finally like invest. I didn't want to like fully go balls to the wall with my renovations until I knew for sure that I was going to stay here for a long time. Since I am, I'm going to do that. So there's a couple things at Target I want to get. I also have to go shoe shopping because I need shoes for a wedding. I'm going to be the maid of honor in a wedding this summer. And I already have my dress. It's really, really beautiful. And I need some shoes. I want to do like full sparkle. I want a full sparkle shoe moment. Okay, so I finished Lovely War and I'm giving this 4.5 stars. I really loved this. Oh my god, I am so glad that I picked this up because it really isn't something I would normally pick up, and it was really unique. I've read a couple other YA historical books, even some that take place during World War I and World War II, and I've never read one that was like this. Having it be narrated by the gods just added this whole like extra layer of it being really cool. So basically at the beginning of this book, Aphrodite is caught having an affair with Ares by her husband Hephaestus, and he puts them on trial. And in order to like make her case, Aphrodite tells her favorite love stories of all time. And so those 2 love stories follow 4 different characters who all connect with each other. So there's a bunch of storylines happening that all at some point intersect and have connections. So one of the romances is between Hazel and James. Hazel is a pianist and James is about to go off to war. I think a couple days before he's going to leave, he meets Hazel and they fall in love, and then he has to go off to war. And then the other romance is between a singer named Colette and a musician named Aubrey. He is Black and part of the Black troop of soldiers, and she is working at the YMCA that is helping out the troops. And so they meet and they have a very like forbidden connection with each other because she's white and he's Black, and obviously like that was a issue back then and a lot of people took issue with it. So yeah, Aphrodite is narrating this story. She also calls in a couple witnesses of the other gods. So Apollo is also narrating some of it, as well as Ares and Hades. I definitely cried at multiple points while reading this book. I said that I was going into Target and I was gonna have my earbuds in so that I could listen to it while I was in Target. That was a mistake because it got really sad. And I was like in the home decor section trying not to cry. I had to pause the audiobook and wait and listen to it when I got home because it was just too much for me. This was so good. It really makes me want to read more of Julie Berry's book. She wrote this book right here, The Passion of Dulce, which I know is another historical YA book. I definitely had it at one point. Actually, I'm gonna go see if I still own it. I found it. I do still own it. Oh my god, yes, I'm glad I held on to this. So this one takes place in 1200s France. You guys will have to let me know if any of you have read this, what you thought of it. Is it worth picking up since I loved this one so much? So I think that's gonna be where I end this vlog. My goal is to do reading vlogs every weekend this month. Fingers crossed I can actually do that. I feel like I can, but I have said this in the past and then I forgot to do it. And my next vlog, I already know what I'm gonna read and I'm really excited for it, but you'll have to wait and find out what it is. So thank you guys for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye!